guys, so I am back with another. I have a really bad habit of every time I leave a parking lot, I put my car in reverse, even though like 90% of the time I don't even need to go backwards because I don't park in spots that I need to back out of when I park in a public parking lot. But for some reason, every single time I put my car in reverse, almost every single time, and there was literally a car right behind me, and then I put my car in reverse and literally almost hit it. That was really stressful. Anyway, I am back with another driving vlog today because I didn't know what to film this week, so I figured I would do a driving vlog. And you can tell, I hope you guys can see me, you can tell by the title of this video, hit a pothole. You can tell by the title of this video that I am going to be doing my first kiss story time. So I decided to do this because, well, Valentine's Day is right around the corner, so I figured it was a perfect time to talk about romance. So I'm gonna tell my two first kiss story times with like my first kiss, and then like my first kiss with like Jack, who is like my ex-boyfriend, but because like they're kind of like both my first kiss, because like, you know, your first kiss with two different people. So I figured one story wasn't going to take long enough to tell, so I would just tell both of them, and they're both completely different stories. So I'm so out of breath because it's so cold outside, and I really cannot walk when it's cold outside without like hyperventilating. So yeah, anyway, so starting with my first kiss ever was when I was 14 years old, I think. I might have been 15, I cannot remember exactly, but in my mind it's always been 14, and then when I was thinking about it yesterday, I was like, actually maybe I was 15, but I've always said it was 14, so I'm gonna go with 14. And it was with this guy who I was like talking to. We weren't really actually dating because I wasn't allowed to date because I was only like 14. I was like 13 to 15 when I was talking to him, so my parents didn't let me like actually date until I was 16. So they say, but I started dating Jack when I was 16 or 15, and like I don't really understand what they mean when they say that that was a rule that they had. But like Katelyn's 15 and dating Ben, so like I don't really understand what they're meaning by that. But anyway, so I was like 14, I think, and I was talking to this guy, and we were mostly like, guys, this whole relationship I had with him was so cringy. We're just gonna call him like Chad for the sake of this video, because I don't want to like put all his business out there. But and so this whole relationship I had with him was so cringy, and every time I think about it, I just actually want to like curl up in a ball and die, because I'm like, why did like that happen? Why was I okay with that? Like, why did nobody stop this? Like, it was just weird. Like, it wasn't like bad, but like the whole thing was just really weird. So Chad was like 2.5 years older than me, so when we started talking I was 13 and he was 16, but by the end of our relationship he was like 18 and I was like 15. So it was like really like, they're like, that's just too big of an age gap for like that young. Like, now I would date a guy 2.5 years older than me and it wouldn't be weird because like I'm an adult, but like when you're 13 you just shouldn't be talking to like a 16-year-old. Like, I don't know, it's kind of weird. So he obviously had like more experience with like relationships and stuff than I did. He was like the first guy I ever like had like a crush on and like liked in like a romantic way, I guess. So we started talking because his sister, we'll call her Sherry. I don't know why 8 passengers are in my mind right now with Chad and Sherry, but we'll just call her Sherry. She was best friends with Katelyn at the time, and so I guess that's how he found me, and he added me on Facebook, and I like accepted his request, and then he like messaged me one day, and like we just, from that time on until like 2 or 3 years later, we just like talked like on Facebook all the time. And like at first we were friends, and then it evolved into like, oh, like I like you like me, but like we weren't allowed to date. And then like also we like pretty much only talked on Facebook. Like we literally never like hung out in person or talked in person except like a couple of times. So when Katelyn and Sherry were like best friends, and they would want to go to, we have a playground behind our house. This angle is probably really not good. We have a playground behind our house, and Katelyn and Sherry would want to go and meet up there and hang out. And they were like 11 at the time, and Chad and Sherry lived kind of far away from the playground, like close enough that they could walk, but it was probably like a 20-minute walk. And so I guess they just didn't feel comfortable having Sherry walk there by herself when she was like 11 years old. So Chad would always go with her, but it worked out because like me and Chad were like a thing, so like we could like hang out then. But like it was really awkward, and like at first like we would not even talk in person at all, and like it would just be really uncomfortable. And then like we eventually started talking in person more, but like I don't know, it was just really awkward. So anyway, to the actual first kiss story. So this was probably about like a year or so after we started talking. And one day, Katelyn and Sherry wanted to go to the park behind our house. And Chad did not want to go for whatever reason. I think he was working on a school project or something, and he was like, I just don't want to go. I don't want to take her. But like, obviously I wanted to see him, and then Katelyn and Sherry really wanted to go. So I was trying to convince him to go, and he was like, and this is when it gets really bad, because it's like, he totally like forced me into this well, not forced me, but like kind of like pressured me into this. And you just shouldn't let anyone pressure you into kissing them, okay? So I'm just gonna say that right now. Don't take after me, because I regret it every day of my life. But he kind of like pressured me into it. So he was like, I'll only go if you kiss me. Okay, like saying it out loud, like that's really not okay, and that should have been like, never mind, delete, block, bye. But I was stupid, so I'm still stupid when it comes to relationships, so let's be honest. So I was like, okay, fine. But like I really did not want to. Like I was panicking. I did not want to at all. I was not ready to kiss him. I barely was able to talk to him in person without having a freaking panic attack. So it just was like, really, I wasn't ready for this. I was not excited about it at all. And so we get to the park, and all of my siblings were there, and then his sister was there, and naturally, like younger siblings do, they were being really nosy and annoying. And like I guess I like told them or something, I don't know, because they knew somehow that like we were gonna kiss. That just sounds really cringy. So they wouldn't leave, and so eventually Chad gave Leanna $1 to like make them all leave, and she did. So we were sitting on the steps at this playground, and he was, and like it was so awkward, because like we kissed, like he had to like literally like, convince me. I was like, I don't even know how to, like, and you know they say it like comes naturally, but like not when you don't want to do it. When you don't want to do it, like you don't, like it does not come naturally to you because you don't want to do it. So he was like like I don't know, like he had to like really like talk me into it, because I was like panicking. I was probably shaking really badly, and then finally like I guess he talked me into it. So we kissed, but like I didn't kiss him back, you know, so it was like really like a fail. And like all I remember was that his lips were like so cold, and I don't know why, because I don't even think it was cold outside, but like his lips were just so cold, and it was like not good, and like I did not enjoy that. And so then like, but obviously I didn't kiss him back, so then we were like, okay, well, let's try again. Still couldn't get myself to do it, because I clearly did not want to do it, and he should have realized that and been like, okay, like let's stop, because you clearly don't want to do that. But that's a whole story for a whole other day. That guy was weird, and not very good. Wait, no, I mean, he wasn't like bad, but like the whole situation was weird, you guys. That's literally a whole other story time. So he didn't like, you know, he wasn't being a decent human being and being like, clearly you don't want to do this, and I'm not going to pressure you into it. So he like was pressuring me into it. So after the second time, when I still didn't kiss him back, I guess I don't think we tried it anymore after that, because it clearly wasn't working, and I probably refused at that point. So we like didn't, as far as I remember, I don't think we ever like kissed again after that. I feel like I would remember if we did, so I'm gonna go ahead and say we didn't kiss again after that. But yeah, that was just super awkward. Literally, like, my first kiss sucked. And like, I think that, I mean, a lot of people have this idea in their mind, like, oh, my first kiss is gonna be so magical. I think a lot of people's first kisses probably suck, especially because a lot of the time you're like just really young and don't know what you're doing, or you're really young and being pressured by an older guy like I was. And so that was just not a good situation at all. And yeah, don't recommend it. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. Don't let some older guy pressure you into it, because it's really not worth it. And then 5 years later, almost 6 years later, because I'm almost 20, like 5.5, we'll just say, years later, you're really gonna look back on it and be like, why did I do that? And you're going to cringe every single time you think about it, because I know I do, and I literally didn't even want to tell that part, like my actual first kiss story, because it makes me so uncomfortable to talk about, because it was just so weird. But I was like, well, I'm not just gonna tell my first kiss story and not tell my actual first kiss story, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's what happened with that. It was super uncomfortable situation, and I just don't recommend it at all, you guys. My first kiss was awful. Anyway, so moving on to my first kiss with Jack. So if you don't know, if you haven't been following me for a while, or this is your first video you're seeing of me, then you don't know that I was dating a guy, Jack. He was my first and only like real boyfriend that I've ever had, and we started dating right before I turned 16, about a month before I turned 16, in 2014. And then we had some issues. We broke up 2 years later. We got back together. We broke up again at the beginning of August, and we're not together now because we broke up, obviously. So yeah, we're friends now. Everything is good. We're just kind of like being friends, and that's just what's working for us right now, so that's what we're doing. But my first kiss with Jack, so I had already had my first kiss technically, and he hadn't, and so I think that made him feel like really, I think that made it even worse for him, because like I wasn't as nervous. So like about 2 months into our relationship, we like started talking about it, like, oh, like when are we gonna have like our first kiss? And that's just, is that weird that like we talked about it? I don't think so. I think that's normal, right? I don't know. But yeah, so we started to like talk about it, and like it was kind of like, he was like, well, you like initiated it. And I was like, no, like you're the guy, you initiate it. But like he was like super like nervous about it, which is weird, because if you know Jack, like it's weird to think of Jack like being nervous about anything, because he's just so like confident in himself. So yeah, but he was like so like nervous about it, and I guess in his mind he was like, she's already kissed a guy, like she already is like experienced. But like I wasn't, obviously, because like I just said, I didn't really kiss him. And so we would like talk about it and like go back and forth, like you should initiate it, no you should, like super uncomfortable. So one day we started dating at the beginning of March. This was at like the middle of May, I guess. So like about 2 months since we had started dating, we got in a fight, and I'm pretty sure it was the first of many fights that we got in, but I don't remember for sure. I can't for the life of me remember what caused the fight, and I really wish I could, because it was our first like serious like fight, and I just don't remember what caused it at all. I have to ask him and see if he remembers, but I don't think he does either. But so we got in a fight about something, and I remember I was like studying for my AP human test that day, and so I'm like sitting in bed studying. We weren't talking, like texting, because we were mad at each other. So a couple hours go by, and he texts me, and he's like, oh, like I'm sorry, blah blah blah. So he like texted me and apologized and stuff, and he was like, I want to like talk, and he said that he was at the park behind my house, which I just now realized that both of my first kisses took place at the same place. So that's really weird. I don't know why. That was like our place of choice. But he was like, I'm at the park behind your house, like I want to talk. And I was like, I didn't believe him for some reason that he was there, because at the time he was like, he had like just turned 15, and like he couldn't drive or anything, and he didn't live that close. I mean, he lived within walking distance of me, but like he lives like probably like a mile away from me. So like he has to like walk like kind of far to get there. So I just like, for whatever reason, I didn't believe him that he was there. So I was like, no you're not. Like I was like, are you really? And he sent me a picture of a squirrel to prove that he was. There's a cop, and I'm totally speeding a little bit. So he sent me a picture of a squirrel to prove that he was there. I don't know why a picture of a squirrel, but that's what he sent me. And so I was like, oh, okay. And so I like went to the park, and he was there, and he was sitting in like this lion's mouth thing. If you've seen the park behind our house, you know what I'm talking about. I don't know why he was sitting there, because he was like hidden, like I couldn't see him when I initially got there. I don't know why he chose that, but anyway, so I get there, and he's, like, there. And then, like, I guess for whatever reason, I kind of knew, like, it was going to happen. And so I was, like, a little nervous. But, like, I don't know how I knew. I guess I just, like, knew. And so, so he goes to kiss me. And I don't even remember if we talked at all before he kissed me or not. But he goes to kiss me. And he literally... It happened so quickly. I didn't even get the chance to kiss him back. I couldn't even redeem my first kiss by actually participating in the kiss this time, because he kissed me so fast and then ran away. He literally just, like, turned around and left. And I was like, what the hell? So I was, like, standing there like, what just happened? So I texted him and I was like, what the heck? And he was like, okay, sorry. And he, like, came back and he was, like, so nervous. And, like, if you know Jack, you know, like, it's just, I mean, I personally have seen Jack in, like, all sorts of emotions, but, like, if you know Jack, you know, like, it's probably hard for you to imagine him being, like, nervous about something. Like, I already said that, so I don't know why I'm saying it again, but, like, he was just so nervous and, like, literally, like, so red and, like, panicking. And I was like, why did you run away? And he was like, because, like, I literally feel like I have dragons in my stomach. Like, as in bigger than butterflies, like dragons. Because he was that nervous for some reason. And, like, I was just, like, I thought it was so funny. Like, I couldn't stop laughing about it. And, like, even to this day, like, I just remember it. And I'm like, it was just such a fail. Like, and he just was so nervous for no reason. That's a little crooked. So, yeah, so it was, like, a complete and total fail. And then I don't even remember, like, our second, like, kiss after that, like, redeemed it, because I'm pretty sure we didn't kiss for a while after that. And then, like, one day, like, one of us brought it up, like, are we ever gonna, like, kiss again or no? Like, we just decided we don't do that in this relationship. But eventually we did kiss again. But I don't remember, and I don't remember, like, I don't remember the first time that, like, I successfully kissed a boy, because apparently I just struggled the first time I kissed a boy, and I don't remember the first time I, like, successfully did it. But yeah, so that was that story. It was really funny how nervous he was, and it still makes me laugh, because I just, like, I don't know why I wasn't nervous and, like, he was, but, like, I guess it's because I had already done it, but, like, not really. So you would think I would have been nervous, but I totally don't remember being nervous. Or, like, I guess I was probably a little nervous, but, like, I don't know. I think that him being so nervous made me less nervous, because then I was like, well, I mean, it's his first time and not mine. Like, I'm way more experienced than he is, so, but not really. I don't know. I don't remember. It was, like, literally, like, 4 years ago. It's about to happen again, guys. There we go. And, like, there's just a car driving, like, really closely behind me, and it's making me nervous. So, okay, why is this, like, so crooked, though? Okay. Wow. So, yeah, those were my first kiss story times. Both of them are super cringy, super awkward situations, and neither of them went well. And I just, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I've been saying, oh my gosh, why is, like, my roads in my my city, I guess, are, like, so, like, bad to, like, vlog with. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and my first kiss story times. If you guys have any other driving vlog related video ideas for me, please comment them down below, because I want to try to do a driving vlog, like, once a month, because they're good. Like, I enjoy filming them. I know some people like watching them, and they're good videos for when I don't know what else to film. But I don't really want to just film me driving and, like, completely rambling, because I feel like that gets super boring. So I'd rather do something more, like, focused on, like, a story time or, like, a rant about something or something like that. So if you have any ideas or suggestions or requests, everyone's probably like, Kylie, please get a new car tripod thing, and I'm, like, with you on that. Or, like, you know, an actual vlogging camera and, like, a mount. Like, that would be more ideal than whatever the situation I have going on is. But anyway, if you guys have any suggestions or requests, please leave them down below, because I definitely want to do more driving vlogs. And also, just video requests in general, please leave those down below too, because, like I said, we never know what to film. And so, yeah, we need ideas for sure. I'm about to hit speed bumps, so, like, don't be surprised when you go falling again. I'm literally going over these speed bumps so slowly so that you don't fall. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. If you don't know, we upload videos every single Wednesday and Sunday, and so make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you don't miss a single video. We are trying super hard to get to 5,000 subscribers this year, so subscribe, help us out, and hopefully you enjoy our content. And yeah, we will see you guys on Sunday with our weekly vlog. And yeah, peace, love, and ladybugs. Bye.
Love and ladybugs.